Okay, so let's get started with the generative AI for project managers. Um, so this is little agenda over here. So we'll cover introductions and we'll talk about what generative AI is, what are the best practices, examples, and we'll also do some comparison between PMI Infinity and ChatGPT. Okay. So by attending this webinar, what you will learn, the basics of generative AI. That's the first thing. And then what are the best practices? Um, and how do you get most out of tools like ChatGPT or PMI Infinity or similar tool to start leveraging power of Gen AI. And just to give a little background, we have been, myself and Philip have been exploring Gen AI for almost 1.5 years now. We started our effort in in fall of 2023. And as we dig more and more, we are finding it more and more useful for project managers. And of course, it has use in all kind of disciplines, but we are more focused on project related use of Gen AI. So many of you already know me, so I don't have to go into the details of that. For last almost 13 years, I have been uh, running my own company. We provide project management consulting and training to different companies. And while doing it, got a chance to work with big names like IBM, Wells Fargo, Honda Motors, State Street Bank, American Express Bank, and many others, AT&T also. Um, so before this, I spent more than 25 years on project management before I started with RefineM. Uh, we are a we are a authorized training provider of PMI. I myself is a authorized or approved trainer for PMI, and then of course several other certifications I did that I found useful. I was born in Meerut, a very small town in north of India, and now I live in Kerry with my wife and kids. Okay, so I was talking about we started getting into Gen AI um, sometime in fall of 2023. Uh, so since then we have working on 3 initiatives. So first is our 2-day generative AI course. We started with a 1-day course. Now we have expanded it to 2-day course, and it's different than we kept it very different than many other Gen AI courses. So PMI has lot many, I think 3 or 4 or more Gen AI courses. I attended a few of them, and those courses basically help you learn the concept, get the knowledge, but how to convert that knowledge into practice or into a skill that you cannot do in those courses, but in this course you do it. So we have a very hands-on, so you learn the concept and then you actually get to do it, so you get your hands dirty. So by the time you come out of this, you are ready to actually start implementing in your environment. So when you do the general courses, then you have to experiment a lot. Maybe it may take you, I don't know, several weeks to actually get something useful. But when you come out of this course right away, you can get onto the job and you can start using it. That's the differentiator we want to put. And then I also created a AI POC group of volunteer PMs. So I said, okay, let's get some brains together and see how can we generate some of the use cases, or not just listing down use cases, but also getting your hands dirty to create some proof of concept. And I will share some of that during my webinar over here. So this is a voluntary group. I think we have more than a dozen project managers who are volunteering their time to not only learn AI, but also create something that can be shared with others. And we have already presented at projectmanagement.com on two use cases. One is generating status reports from using Gen AI. Another one is doing earned value management. So those two webinars are already there on. So this group is actually creating the POC, and then we are going to share it with project managers. So it's like giving back to the community. And the third initiative is generating the development of AI tools that your organization can use. So we have two tools, IntelliDoc.ai and dbquery.ai. See, these two tools allow non-techie people to access database. dbquery.ai helps non-techies to use database by querying in simple language. So it is something like a ChatGPT or Infinity going against your database. Okay, going against your database and pulling the information. Many times when stakeholders or customers have to do that, they go to the IT team or some developer, and the developer will create SQL and give the query back to them. So there's a little delay and it takes time from the support person also. With this way, the users or customers can write their queries in English, and that query can go against the database and bring them the information. IntelliDoc does the same thing, but it works on document library. So it basically pulls information from those documents and bring those documents based on the query. This again English language query. So it's something like that. So we are experimenting. We are doing a lot of work. We want to stay ahead in the game of generative AI, and we would like everybody, all project managers, to stay ahead of the game. So we are very actively involved, very actively presenting, talking, sharing. That's what we have been doing. All right, let's move on. So our next upcoming, this is another POC we were just talking about. So we will be talking about how to generate project charter using generative AI on May 2nd. So the webinar declaration will come, announcement will come either today or tomorrow, and then we will work through that. So what are your expectations from this webinar? We'll use a tool called as a Menti. So you can put your responses here. So what are your expectations for this webinar? Why you are here today? So you can go to menti.com and use this code 38668703. Anybody? Okay. Expand my knowledge of Gen AI. Okay. All right. Anybody else? We'll be using this tool to have an interaction. Learn how to use in project management. Okay. All right. Expand in the PM space. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I have one more question here. How comfortable are you with AI on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay. So, okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's go back to my slide deck over here. That was the second question that I just asked. So what is generative AI? Let's get into a little bit of conceptual things. So before that, we say, what is AI? Then we'll talk about generative AI. So AI is the simulation of human intelligence in machines that can perform tasks, learn from experience, and adapt new way of situation. So it's basically machine intelligence. That is also, it is called machine intelligence. It behaves like a human being to perform things like that, perform different tasks. So that's what is the AI. And but generative AI is a part of AI. It's a part of that same umbrella, but it's very specific. It actually creates new data, such as images, music, text, or code based on the existing data. Okay. So when a new data images or new information is created, then that type of artificial intelligence is generative AI because it is generating something. Okay. So it's not performing tasks, not doing things in a efficient manner, the same things, but creating new information. So when there is a new experience, new information, then that is what is called as generative AI. So that's the key difference between a generic term AI and generative AI. Okay. All right. So generative AI works by learning patterns. That is what it does. It looks in data, the patterns, and use them to create new content. Sorry. Okay. So that's what it is. And here are some examples of differences. So on this side, you have artificial intelligence, like a fraud detection system. It's not creating any new information. It's just using that information. Recommendation algorithm, like when you go to Netflix and you select a movie, then Netflix will start giving you kind of recommendations. Okay. So it's not creating anything new. It's there. It is telling you that. But if you look at here, everything is new. Chatbots, image generators, AI music composers. So they are all creating some new kind of information, something new based on what is there already. Okay, so that's the kind of difference. The other one, types of machine learning. There are two types: learning that enables AI to adapt with minimum human interface, and what other was called as deep learning. Okay, a subset of machine learning data sets artificial neural networks to mimic human brain process. That's called as deep learning. And generative AI is a form of deep learning. It's not machine learning, it's kind of deep learning because that is what it is doing. Okay, that is what it is doing. It is kind of mimicking human brain. Okay. All right, let's keep moving. So what Gen AI is not. Okay, we have understood what is Gen AI. So what it is not, a way to produce new ideas or think outside of the box. So it's not, maybe someday it will start doing it. But as of now, outside the box, um, outside the box, it's not doing. It's not everything knowing. It's not perfect. This is very important, the perfect part. Okay, perfect part is very important because you have to actually review the output that you get from Gen AI tools. It's not perfect. You have to, there is a uh, it mostly it is okay, but still you have to confirm. You cannot just entirely depend on this and say, okay, this is the best thing that it has given, and it will give the right thing all the time, is correct all the times. No, it is not. Okay, so you have to actually watch for it. And also, it is not a replacement of project managers. Many times you hear that, okay, is it going to replace project managers? It is not going to replace project managers unless you as a project managers don't know how to use this. So if you don't know how to use Gen AI for your project managers, it will replace you with the project managers who know how to use AI. So just be clear about it, that knowing AI is not going to be a choice. So very soon, I think I have already started seeing a lot of project manager job openings where they are asking about AI. So very soon, probably in next couple of years, this will become like almost required. Like you all project managers are, most of them, not all, most project management jobs, 80 to 90% require PMP. They require some kind of an agile background or experience. Okay, 10 years ago, people were not worried about agile and all that. But now if you see job descriptions, they ask that, you need to have worked in waterfall and agile environment both. That is, I'm seeing more and more. So slowly you will start seeing, I will not be surprised if by end of this year, AI becomes one of those kinds. So it's very important to know about AI, to get better at AI, and use AI and demonstrate that you have been using AI. All right. So let's move on. Some examples of Gen AI tools. Uh, so OpenAI, ChatGPT, most of you know. There's another one, Claude from Anthropic. Google had several. Most popular among them is Gemini. If you heard of that, I've heard Gemini a lot. And then there's a command, then there's the guide AI, and there are many more. Not mentioned Infinity. Philip, probably we should add Infinity in this list, particularly for the PMI members. That's something offered free by PMI. So we should have that listed here. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Um, the other examples, Office 365 has a Copilot. So it can be a standalone, like all those you are seeing, or it could be part of your already whatever software you're using, like Office 365. Okay, so there is a Copilot in Office 365 that is enabled. You can enable it, you can use it, and it provides the similar kind like ChatGPT or other kind of tools. So it's available in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and all those kind of things, the tools that you usually use. Okay. It is also available since November 2024. They have also developed, or they have made Microsoft Project Copilot. So you can start actually using that Copilot as if you're using Infinity or ChatGPT. If your company has license for Microsoft Project with Copilot. Okay, many companies have started it. Many companies, their security, IT security, may not advise to use this because it is much safer than using ChatGPT. Uh, but still, I think there are risks. So it just depends upon how your IT security has set it up. Do they allow? Do they not allow? Okay, so let's keep moving. Please feel free to ask if you have any questions. You can put in the chat box. And Philip, if you see a question in the chat box, please stop me, and I can respond to those questions. Okay. All right. So we talked about different examples of Gen AI tools. So the Copilot versions and also the other versions. And I believe many of you might be using Jira. So I think there is a Copilot of Jira as well. And as we talk, more and more, vendors are now integrating AI with their products, and that will be the kind of, we call it Copilot. Okay. All right. Let's move on. So what are the benefits in project management? And we will talk uh, quite a bit of details about it, so you are very clear how it is beneficial in project management. So benefits that it provides is cost savings, greater accuracy in data analysis, better risk management, and many more that is listed here. So those are some of the benefits of AI in project management. Uh, so we will we'll now switch to the best practices, Gen AI best practices. What are the best practices? So generating, tailoring prompts. So prompts is something, or you can say prompt is is a question that you ask to a Gen AI tool. Okay, that's a question that you ask, and then the Gen AI tool responds to that question. So that's called as a prompt. And there is a whole you know approach and whole kind of what you call recommendations there you can find under the term called as prompt engineering, if you have heard the term prompt engineering. And 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 I was surprised to see there was a role. I saw a prompt engineer. Okay, so that's a new role. I saw it somewhere. So the new roles may emerge as part of use of generative AI in different areas. So how you structure your question, that's important to get best out of a Gen AI tool. And this is what is learning is all about. So how do you create those prompts? And here are some of the best practices that are listed here. How can you create a good prompt so you get a good answer? Okay, so that's what is that's what the tailoring prompt. How do you tailor prompts? And and there are some other practices. Use data that is relevant, current, varied. Use Gen AI responsibly. Keep security in mind. Keep human in the loop. Like you need to verify. Right? You need to verify. Train your project team, and so on. So there's some of the good practices here related to prompts. And prompt is a big thing. So we had a separate slide for that. But then there are all other best practices. All right, let's move on. So now let's go a little bit deeper. We talked about Gen AI impact on project management or benefits. So I gave you a little overview of that. So let's talk about the impact of generative AI on project management, and I will talk to you about uh, three different areas. Okay, so the first is uh, journal impact. In general, what are the impacts of AI? So first is enhanced efficiency. Okay, so as you see here, some statistics over here, 89% of project leader reported increased efficiency in problem solving due to Gen AI adoption. This is a PMI study, and you can see the references below where from we got this data. So I'm not talking just by myself. I pulled this data from some of the papers or some of the research that has been conducted. Um, uh, Gen AI has potential to automate 60 to 70% of employees' time spent of work activities today, allowing project team to focus on strategic initiatives. So lot of repetitive tasks, routine tasks can be automated by Gen AI. The data here says 60 to 70%. The other data point here is improved decision making. Okay, so 33% of project manager utilizing AI for decision support. That's a not a very small number. It's not a huge number too, but pretty significant. Like 1/3 of the project manager are using for decision making, enhancing the quality and speed of project related decisions. So when they are at the fork of the road, or fork in the road, they are using Gen AI, okay, to help them make the decision. So this is happening in general. In general, the impact of AI on project management. You can see efficiency, you can see automation, you can see decision making. Okay. The other one here, the impact on specific PM practices. What are those specific PM practices? So once again, almost 1/3 of project managers are leveraging AI for reporting purposes. As I told that one of our POCs from the volunteer group that we have, this was the first POC we did to create a status report for using Gen AI tools. So status reporting leading to more accurate, timely spent on project updates. Okay, so and status reporting is something or reporting is something in general that every project manager does. There could be status reporting is one example, but there could be other reports. So 34% of project managers are doing that. Risk management. This is something, another POC that we are doing. So you can have a tool perform, the Gen AI tool perform risk management, and I will show you some examples related to both of these. And improve decision making that we just talked about, but specific to PM practices, analyzing requirements, facilitating more effective resource distribution. So those are workload balancing. No. So those are kind of specific areas where AI tools or Gen AI tools are used. And the POC group that I referred to, we have probably about more than 7 or 8 different areas that we are exploring. So there is a lot more that is going on and that can be impacted by Gen AI. Impact on project managers. So we talked about journal, we talked about project management. Now we are talking about its impact on project managers, how this is impacting project managers. Skill development. Uh, so despite growing importance, only 18% project managers report having existing or good practical experience. So there is a lot of opportunity. Okay, there's a lot of opportunity. Actually, every project manager can leverage. So this is a skill development area. As I was talking to you in the very beginning, that the project managers who don't use AI will be replaced by project managers who use AI. So if you want to stay in the business, if you want to continue growing, if you want to continue thriving, this is an opportunity. It's still about more than 80% project managers are not using it. So you can start using it, learning it. So there is an impact on project managers in terms of providing AI, providing a opportunity to learn new skills, greater focus on power skills. So as AI automates technical tasks, like we talked about status reporting, we talked about earned value management, we talked about risk management, the project manager can work more on critical interpersonal skills, such as communication, collaborative leadership, and strategic thinking. So now they will have some time, that they can save by using Gen AI. And my gut feel is that project managers can save 25 to 30% of their time if they use Gen AI properly on their projects. So what they are going to do with this saving that they got? They build power skills, leadership skills, strategic thinking skill, interpersonal skills, presentation skills, communication skills. What you call as the soft skill, and they call as power skills also. Okay, so they can focus on that, and they can get better on the routine things by using AI. Also, they get better on soft skills or power skills. So this is another opportunity for project managers. Then, of course, this will put together, will help them, do some career advancement. So this is that is the impact, that they can upskill, they can learn power skills, and that will help them to, career advance, to achieve career advancement, move forward in their career. So a lot of opportunities for project managers, lots and lots of opportunities. All right, so I will pause here maybe for a few seconds if anybody has any questions. Anybody has any questions so far?
So leveraging.
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Tapan.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
No, my question is like, the organizations where I was a part of recent past, they are not leveraging the Gen AI, right? They need to support the Gen AI. Then only I think we can leverage it, right?
Yes and no.
So yes and no.
Yes, yes and no. So even if your organization is not supporting Gen AI, let's say take that situation. If they are supporting, you are good, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So if they are, even if they are not supporting you, how can you use AI? So you can still use AI for your projects, and I'll tell you how you can use AI. I think the most of the organizations, they are not supporting it. Is not that they don't want to do it.
But the
The
data
issue is of confidentiality and security.
That's correct. Yeah.
That is the issue. You know, and that's a real issue. It's not a hypothetical. It's a real problem. So because if you want to use AI, you have to expose your project information to the tool.
That's correct.
And that project information may have some confidential information, something that organization doesn't want to be shared openly. Correct. So how do you use it? One is you can the easy. It's not easy, but the most effective thing will be, so from your project, the real project, what you have, you create a case study. The case study should not include any confidential or proprietary information about your project and organization. Okay. You can create a case study and then use that case study to query ChatGPT. Okay. Or ChatGPT or Infinity or anything. So now you are not exposing any confidential or any project specific or organization specific. Try to be use generic things over there. Okay. Yeah. But don't expose that information. Create a case study. Now you can use that case study, like we have developed different POCs. So the project managers that are coming, they are creating their own case study and then using it. What will happen with that? Let's say you created this case study and then you asked ChatGPT, okay, here is my project. Can you give me the top 10 risks that we have? It will give you those top 10 risks. Okay. You can work through this and then you can use this information and then go to your project. Don't just take this information, go and type. So you're not bringing any files or anything across. Yeah. Right. Understood. So if you have two computers, here is my computer. I'm doing this on my work computer. I'm looking for the screen and typing, and then that can be useful. Okay. Yeah. So, and then after a week, if something changes in your project, you go and make that change manually in your case study. Okay. So it's a more work for you, but AI will save you that time. Yeah, true. Yeah. It's okay. A good idea. So that is the way out. If your organization is not allowing you, you can still do it. And by doing this, actually, you are also learning AI. Think about maybe a year later, you went to a different organization that allows you. So you will be prepared, and you can also demonstrate if you are looking for a new job, you can always, say, I've been using AI and this is what I have done. So this is the little bit workaround kind of a thing, but you can still use it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. I saw another hand. Anybody else has a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
My question is, nowadays we have many AI tools in the market. So how we do understand which tool gives us much more accuracy?
Okay, so we are doing a POC. We don't know ourselves. Okay, so I have a team who is working on this aspect. Most of the cases people use Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Infinity,
Copilot is also there.
and Copilots. Copilots is if your company has Copilot. If they don't have, then they don't have. Copilots, yeah, various Copilots, correct. Yeah, okay.
Okay, okay.
All
Thanks for
right.
taking the question. Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's move on. Let's move on so I can show you some examples. So now we are getting into examples of GenAI for project management. So status reporting, as I was talking to you, this is the first POC that we did. And this is the kind of a hypothetical thing we created. This is a summary of the case study or the hypothetical project that we created. Uh, and you can have your own. Uh, so this is the PA, this is the using PMI Infinity. Okay. So this is the prompt. You can see it can be a whole big thing. And you don't have to just talk about one line. And that's why the prompt engineering is important to learn. So this is the prompt that the POC team gave to PMI Infinity. Okay. So I'm not going to read it, but I just wanted to show you that this is the kind of, and a prompt can be a small thing, and I'll show you later in other examples that it can be a small thing or it could be a large thing. Okay. So when this prompt was given, this is the this is the report that was generated. So it's schedule, high level roadmap, and risks assessment. This is the first thing it came, and then you can see some red, green, yellow light kind of a high level thing, and then the risks. So then after this, you can actually have one after the other prompt, and the good part of these tools is they remember what you were talking about. So they remember even if you came back 4 days later, they will remember. So the prompt second to, based on having, can you please provide a status report in table form, highlight any major issues risk using a traffic light system. So this is what red, green, yellow. So this is the report that got generated. Okay, and then you can ask, the another prompt is, can you make this into a one-page status report? So it basically adds risks and next steps. Okay. And you can, I think the team also did, can you create a PowerPoint using the prompt, PowerPoint using the project. So if you go on projectmanagement.com and search for the under the demand webinars on demand and search my name, last name, and it will show you all the webinars, and you can see this full webinar on status reporting. All right. The second one here is the earned value management. So this is again a very small use case or case study. It was a little bigger, but it has been shortened here to just give you example. But now a prompt here, and this was a ChatGPT prompt. So it is giving all the information about what is uh, the situation of the project as of now, based on different kind of um, tasks. Okay, uh, so this is what normally the earned value management will require to tell all these numbers. So once you provide this information, it can provide you the EVM metrics: planned value, earned value, actual cost, cost variance, cost performance index, schedule variance, and schedule performance index. So it gives you all those earned value, 6 or 7 earned value parameters. Okay, pretty quick. And then I think there was a follow-up of this. It was done another prompt, which basically, please provide some recommendation to assist with bringing the cost down. So now we saw that it is overrunning the cost. Now I'm asking it, can you tell me what should I do to reduce the cost? And this is the kind of, prompt project managers can do to get an idea. Okay, so it gave recommendations. Okay, so different recommendations. You can ask, can you give more? So it will give you more, and then you can say, okay, which ones could be applicable in your situation, and then you can start working on those recommendations. Okay. Otherwise, if it is you're not using ChatGPT, you can figure it out, but it will take you a little more time. So you'll not be saving that 25-30% time. So that's the kind of advantage you have here. The other example is risk management. So this is another case study about the risk management. So now the prompt here is, this is a little bigger prompt. The business case for a new IT infrastructure at your company, whatever it describes a little bit more. And then it is asking to give me 10 risks that could impact schedule or budget. Okay. Present this information in a table format. You can ask it to present this in whatever format. So this gives you the risk. It takes like less than 10 seconds to give you those. We have asked for 10, but we have listed 5 here. So it basically tells you what are the different, um, risks, cause, effect, probability, impact, and status. Okay. And then the follow-up was, there was another prompt that was given. Can you present the probability and impact on a scale of 1 to 5? Like, include risk score and resort by risk. So it's asking you to do 2-3 things. Okay. So that's what it does. It gives you same thing with probability and impact numbers, and then probability and impact is
flooring company.
What's that?
Oh,
Somebody is
sorry.
saying something?
Sorry, NK, that's my problem. I'll mute my mic. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So this gives you the complete risk score, and you can say it has also sorted based on the risk score. And then we also tried, okay, if my team is agile team and they are writing user stories, can I ask AI tool to write user stories? Okay, so we said, okay, it's a bakery rolling out mobile app and the product owner needs user stories to start populating the backlog. Okay, just a very high level. You can actually go more detail and provide a detailed information about your project. It can do a much precise job. But for this example, we limited here and we said, okay, so they give it a little bit more information here, okay, about the business or about what you are talking about. And then it says, okay, create user stories, use this format. And also it has given acceptance criteria format. Okay, so user story format and acceptance criteria format. So it needed both the things to be part of it. So based on this, it gave story 1, placing an order. Okay, as a customer, I want to place an order mobile app so I can pick up at the bakery without waiting. And then it gave you 2 acceptance criterias here. Okay, and then it also give you the second one, modifying an order, placing an order, modifying an order. So those are the 2 user stories it created very quickly. Now, are these perfect? No, but it gives you a starting point. More, if your prompt is better, it will give you better results. So working on prompts is a learning, it's a skill. Okay, so in AI, Gen AI word, this is what is very important. What kind of prompt you give to the, you may, when you see this, you can give a follow-up prompt, then a follow-up prompt, so you can iteratively you can improve. Okay, and that's not a bad thing. You can do that way. But if you know how to write, if you can give it more information, then it can produce you better results. And then it can also split user stories. If a story is large, that it can split. So in this example, can you split these user stories? The prompt is very simple. And placing an order, it is split into two. And splitting user stories is not an easy thing. I have not seen teams are able to do it properly. That's a big opportunity here. So you can see how that it can split user stories. Placing an order is selecting an item and item placing an order. So you can see how quickly, how nicely it can do it. So those were some of the examples. Now let's talk about the difference between PMI Infinity and ChatGPT. So PMI Infinity offers sources and related topic to further exploit, also more aligned with PMBOK methodology. Whereas it was easier, ChatGPT is easier to use with file attachment. It did go by interpreting earned value formulas. However, results may be more difficult to replicate for those using free version due to data limits. Okay. All right. So let's go, and I have a little quiz for you guys. If you want to enter into the quiz, let's go to the quiz. So where is that? Okay, we did this. So let's go into the quiz. Okay, four players are here. Anybody want to enter? Okay, let's play with four players. So answer the question as it comes. So we talked about what is generative AI. So in this example, what is the okay. Okay, so two of you are right. And so we have this leaderboard will give you. Okay, so D and Homer. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Yeah, we talked about this as well. Okay, most of you are right. Let's say what it does to this. Oh, Homer. Okay. Okay, D is still leading. Let's go to the third one here. There are 5 questions. Okay, all of you are right. Let's see if we see any change here. So D is still leading. Montana has come up. Okay, all of you are right. Oh, close race now. Homer is going back. No, Montana is still ahead. Okay. So this is the last question. Oh, nobody said it right. So probably the score will stay. So D is the winner. We have two top winners, D and Montana. Montana, whosoever that was. So you can get these products, one of these, or you can get 25% discount on any RefineM trainings. All right. So conclusion, the predictive analytic tool, scalability and automation of repeat tasks that GenAI offers allow project manager to be more accurate, efficient, spending less time. They can gain efficiency. They can do things like what we mentioned over here. And AI usage is likely to increase globally. Should find ways to harness it to the boost to their skill. So I think this is a great opportunity for project managers. And this is about our 2-day class we do every month, Thursday and Fridays. Third Thursday and Fridays. We just concluded one. And the students who attended, they really like it. So if you want to get onto this class, practical hands-on, and you will learn a lot. Okay. So the final set of questions. And if you want to join the POC group, you can write to me or Philip, and we can add you to the POC group. It's a volunteer thing. You don't have to pay anything. Just spend your time and get your hands dirty, learn things, and utilize. Okay, I'll stop sharing now. So to get to, okay, so what questions you have? Anybody has any questions?
I would like to say thank you, NK, for your efforts. Appreciate this session is really awesome. Means we learned how to use articulate the things. We started using ChatGPT for a while, but yeah, but still overall how the project managers are can be benefited using these Gen AI tools.
Yeah, and also I offer these to like your teams if you want to do lunch and learn or something like that in your organization, and you bring all the project managers to that, they want to learn. I'll be more than happy to present this webinar to your group. So that my goal is that if I can share with many project managers and help them, that gives me a lot of pleasure and satisfaction. So I'll be more than happy to do that for anyone who wants to do it in your organization.
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else has any questions? Okay. All right. So I'll be here for next couple of minutes. If you want to ask any questions, or if you can type here or ask, and all the best. And if you have any questions while you're starting using Gen AI and you run into problems, you can message me on my email or LinkedIn. Okay, more than happy to. I will be more than happy to answer those questions.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.